Okay, this is a quick walkthrough of our current state of our addition in late February 2017. That's the main house with the front porch on it that was built in 1835. And that's the addition we've been putting on, oh gosh, for 3 years now. Things have slowed down a lot. We sent the contractors away and it's mostly up to me right now. And my plan to have heat in it for the winter fell through, so we pretty much, I hibernated all winter as far as the addition goes. So the old house we actually had re-sided, because once we put the new siding on the new addition, the old siding looked terrible. So this is the new entrance ramp we've tried to do to make it wheelchair accessible. One item still left before we get our use and occupancy permit is to put a railing up along this ramp, because there's a pretty steep drop-off there. So we'll go in and take a look. This is what we're calling the vestibule. There are two old posts that are original to the house. They were on the front porch. We're going to use them as part of the railing on the ramp we just came up. And since I'm the one doing the work, I've got my cut-off saw here. Going into the great room, you can see that one thing that's missing is the trim, the baseboard. I've got a few pieces on. I designed it myself to have a kind of a pseudo bead detail at the top, and I'm milling that up myself, and I've got similar simple trim around the doors as well. So this is our bow window, which we hand designed, so we're real happy with the way that turned out. You can stand in here. We were going to have a window seat in here, but we realized once we started building it that not having that, you can stand right here and you can have a panoramic view of our entire pasture. So looking back into the great room, we've got the loft, and I've got the railing up. For the loft, we've chosen this cable railing system. I'm still working on getting it done for the steps. I've had to redo some structural elements there. Under the loft, we've got the part of the master bedroom suite is we have a walk-in shower, walk-in curbless shower, which has been functioning for a while, which is very nice. I use it a lot. We put granite up. That was amazing to watch them bring this one huge piece of granite in that was about 8 by 9 feet and get it in that space. But they succeeded. And we've also succeeded in getting our second toilet working. So that's good. First world problems, it was a real pain living with only one toilet. And here I've got the baseboard done in this room, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And this is our custom designed sink stand, which we had a local welder weld up to match this Kohler sink that we bought. And we're going to have sliding door pocket doors along here. So entering the bathroom is one. There'll be one here between the bathroom and the bedroom. And this is the bedroom. It's just big enough for a king-size bed and not much else. We don't intend on much furniture besides 2 nightstands. We're just going to put probably wire shelving up in the closets and do some sort of a curtain for the door. Right now we've got the cardboard and the baby gate up to keep the dogs out of here. So Moving over to our galley kitchen. Well, first of all, this was the centerpiece of the room. Well, we had the parging blasted off. I did some of that work off this old stone chimney that was originally on the end of the original house, but it was surrounded by an older addition that was rotting, so we tore it off. But we had it pointed up and a couple of coats of polyurethane, and it came out looking pretty good. And then we've got our galley kitchen here. I've been building the cabinetry, so I still have the front of the cabinetry to do. We've again put some nice marble called Rainforest Brown, which we think complements the chimney fairly well. So we've got this sink, which is a nice deep sink, and we've got a salvaged old style sink. So we've now got 3 kitchen sinks in close proximity, because through the door you can see the original kitchen. So we still have, and of course Roy, he's over there. So again, I still have to do framing. Eventually I'm going to replace this door, which is an odd size, so I had it framed for a regular size door. Now the floor is lots of concrete. It's a suspended concrete slab, and we've got hot water heating tubes in this slab, and we're going to have it controlled by several zones. One zone is the great room itself. There's 2 loops here that will work in tandem, and the thermostat for that is right here. And the underloft area, including the galley, the bedroom, and the bathroom, is controlled by a separate switch here, so we can keep the bedrooms a little cooler than the great rooms. Now we'll move down to the basement shop, which again, my intent was to have heat down here, because I've got heating tubes down here as well, so I could work all winter finishing up a lot of the mill work. But that hasn't happened. So this is my very messy shop, but slowly getting organized. Emphasis on the slowly. This is one of the frames for the hot water solar heating system that's going to go up on the roof. There are 3 of these, each holding 30 what's called evacuated tubes. So here's one of those, which actually got broken in shipping. So it's got a double wall, it's like a double wall test tube sealed, and there's a vacuum in there for insulation. And then inside you've got this copper tube and some fluid inside, and when the sun hits it and gets hot, it boils and rises to the top, and then that sticks up in here, and there's a copper manifold up here. So then the manifold with the water pumping through it takes the heat away, the liquid condenses and falls back to the bottom. So that's the theory anyway. Now we're going back to the mechanical room. So we've got I've got electrical sub panel, of course. Kind of a lot going on back here. Those red and blue pipes are the manifolds for the water going upstairs. Every faucet, every toilet has a separate run, so they can be shut off here, so you don't have to have shut-off valves up top. This big tank, this is a 211-gallon hot water tank, which is going to be used to store the solar hot water. So the way it's going to work is we've got these insulated pipes going up. They're flexible stainless steel pipes. This is the pumping station. So the pumping station is going to pump water up through one of these pipes. It's going to go up through the collector on the roof. Then it's going to come down, and then it's going to go into a heat exchange coil right here, and it runs through the coil. Then it'll come out the bottom and run back up into the pumping station. So that's a loop. There's a heat exchange coil that's completely separate from our domestic hot water. So we've got this big tank that serves two purposes. The potable hot water that's in the big tank is, there is a mixing valve to bring it down to reasonable temperature, and it flows into the domestic hot water tank, which has an electrical heating element in it. So presumably we won't have to pay much electricity to run the heat because there should be plenty of water here. The other use of the water is it runs over to the underfloor heating system. We have this pump and we have this manifold, and here you can see the zones we have. We have one for the shop, there's two for the great room, and then one for the underloft and galley. So here are the tubes as they return, and supply tubes as they go up through the concrete slab into the concrete slab and take their loops up there. This is the control station that I'm in the midst of wiring. All of the 3 thermostat wires come in, as does the wire to turn the pump on and off, and the wires to control the thermo-activated zone controls when one particular zone is calling for heat. So obviously lots to do, and I'm not known for my efficiency, so my wife has been more than patient. So with the hot water heat, I've got to finish assembling the other frames, and then I've got a contractor who I'll have to try to get lined up, and we'll rent a man lift so we can go up to the roof and install them. And back up, we'll go up to the loft so we can see the view from there. So my wife wanted a curved staircase, but this, well, wasn't really very doable, but we did get a kind of a flare out on the bottom several steps, so we think that's going to look nice. So I still have to put a wooden nosing piece along here, and then start attaching the railing posts. This wood we recycled from the addition we pulled off, and I planed these down and put them here for the landing, and I've milled a edge, and now so the next step is to put the nosing pieces on here, which involves angles and kind of fussy work. But this is the system, railing system. I'll put a link on the website. It's the only one I found that was geared towards homeowners, do-it-yourselfers, and contractor types. So it's pretty easy to install, a little time consuming, but, and this again is also recycled. These are actually wall boards. They were tongue and groove already, and that's what the walls of the old edition were made with. So this is around 120-year-old pine. I miscalculated and have run a little short to finish the bathroom up here, but I still have enough left that I can do something with it to finish this out. This is going to be my home office here, and there's no cooling in here, and it was okay last summer because we designed it with full length screens on the windows, so we can open the tops of the windows. It's unseasonably warm today. It's like 74 in late February, so we're completely opened up. And this is the door to the second floor of the old house, in what's the guest bedroom. And again, we've got hideously undersized doors, so I framed this for a standard height door, but that's a whole nother project. So anyway, we got a nice ceiling fan that emulates airplane propeller, and that's working pretty good. So open the windows down to the bottom of the faux window and open them up here and get the fan going, and it stays pretty comfortable. This concrete is quite a heat sink. I'll try to do a calculation for how much concrete is in this floor. So anyway, that's where we stand on the addition. Thanks for watching.